So my brother showed me this TV show called The Morning Show, I think. It's on ITV1. Personally, I've never watched it. But basically, this woman judges kids on their first name and doesn't allow her children to play with kids depending on their first name. So let's play this video and see what she has to say. Plus I'll be pausing it and saying, you know, just basically debunking and putting my own opinion in there, because what she says is, personally, I think this woman is fairly up her own arse, and personally, you know, I think she's a bit of a, well, I can't think of a word to think, a smutty woman, I don't know. But anyway, let's play the video.
A great deal from a name. You know, for me, there's certain names that I hear, and I hear them and I think, ooh, and it's associated, ultimately it comes down to the mum or the dad, because they're the ones that gave them the child the name.
Right, the first thing I'm going to say is, what's a fucking first name got to do with a person's personality? Absolute nothing. A first name means nothing, right? So how can you judge somebody on their first name? You can.
But when I hear screeched across the playground, you know, Tyler, come back here. You know, that's the Tylers, the Charmaines, the Chantels, the Chardonnays.
And no one shouted out, Esme, come back here.
Right, let's just face it. All little kids are little shits. All little kids run off. All little kids like to explore, etc. Right? This is a part of kids, right? Kids like to run off, explore things, look at things because they haven't seen it yet. It amazes them. Where us adults, we've seen all that shit. We know the risks in the world. Right? Where little kids don't know the risks in that world. Right? So, you know, how can you judge on a name because a little kid likes to flip and explore? Right? Tyler obviously is just a flaming popular name in where you live.
I don't hear that so much. Nor do I hear, Iliana, trot back here. You know, you don't hear that, do you? But you hear, Tyler, come here. You know, that. And for me, that summarises everything. A name for me is a shortcut. It's a very efficient way of working out what class that child comes from. Do I want my children to play with them?
And why would you say, so if you then, from that, you go, okay, well, they're in a lower class than I am, why do you then not want your child
Because associated with that isn't just about class holes, it's about the fact that they probably haven't done their homework. When my daughter comes home from school, she'll...
What's a lower class family got to do with anything? Just because somebody is in a lower class than you, it doesn't mean, right, that you have to reject them in society and throw them out like a piece of garbage. That is the most smuttiest, most scummiest thing I've ever heard in my fucking life. I can easily say rich people like that fucking cunt are all fucking smug fucking pieces of shit what think the sun shines out their own fucking arses. In my opinion, that is the most insulting thing I've ever heard. Just because somebody is from a lower class, it doesn't mean anything. Right, those parents, right, they might be in a lower class for whatever reason, right, and want their kid to do better, so they push their kid more in school. Right, it can mean anything. Just because somebody's in a lower class means absolute fuck all. You can't just judge everybody under one label like that.
Say, Tyler was a real pain today, let's say, because he threw his books across the class and the teacher had to lose her patience. There's a whole set of things that go with children like that are quite a disruptive influence in school, and that's why I don't look.
Right, let's just get something clear, right? I know 5 Liams. Now, I don't know any Tylers, so I'm going to have to use the name Liam. I know 5 people called Liam. Out of those 5 Liams, only one of them I would class as a decent, nice, modest person. Right? The rest of the 4 Liams are either gobby, selfish, don't care about other people, do nasty pranks like burning hair, tripping people over, very loud, etc. Right? But does that mean that I've got to reject my one friend Liam because I know 4 other Liams what are little shits? Not at all. Not a bloody tool. Because as a parent, you've got to teach your kid, right, how to deal with these types of people, how to deal with the negative people and the nice people, right? And this is where people are going wrong, right? You need to teach your kid how to deal with negative people and decent people. Not say, oh, you can't hang around with him because his name is Tyler. Right? That is just a total load of shit. I'm just looking at you, I'm thinking you're just some fucking smug woman with your head shoved up too far up your fucking arse. So, I should turn around to my kid and say, you can't hang around with that woman's kid because she's got her head, stuck too far up her ass. Absolute ridiculous. Right? Personally, I think this is a very smutty woman. I can't think of the fucking word, properly word, but, she's just a bit of a fucking scumbag. But, she looks like a fucking gold digger, personally. Right? But, just because somebody has a certain name, it doesn't mean absolute fuck all. I know 5 Liams. Only one of them's decent. Out of those 5 Liams, 2 of them had a decent upbringing. Sorry, I have a cold. 2 of them have a decent upbringing. Does that mean every single Liam will be bad? Not at all. That one friend Liam never screwed me over, doesn't piss me off, very nice guy. Other 4 Liams, well, they're not such great people, but I wouldn't class them as nasty people. As a parent, you've got to teach your kid to deal with these people. Not say you can't hang around with them. What's that teaching your kid? Absolute fuck all.
Like that, but I'm quite disruptive influence in school, and that's why I don't like those kind of children.
But Monty and Ileana can still be nasty, self-centered airheads, can't they?
I tend to think children that have intelligent names tend to have very intelligent parents, and that they make much better play dates, therefore, for my children.
Let's just take the name Elizabeth for an example. The Queen of England is called Elizabeth, so does that make every single Elizabeth in the country an intelligent girl? Does that make every single Elizabeth an intelligent person? Not at all. A name means absolute fuck all. Let's just take the name Thomas for an example. Extremely popular name. Millions of people have the name Thomas. Does that mean every single one of those Thomases are bad people? Not at all.
Sorry, pardon.
I say, not say that word. No, not at all. I think, if you look across...
Nasty, if you've got the class system at school?
I think if mothers were honest with themselves when they vote on that worm of yours, and they say, the child comes out and says, let's say a name, I don't know, Simon has asked me to come and play on a play date, and the mother will say, well, where does Simon live? What that mother is not, she's not asking about geographical location, she's sussing out, do we want to be playing with Simon or not?
Hello.
Go for it.
Anyway, that's all I'm going to play on this video. If you want to check out the full video, then I'll leave a link at the bottom. But you know what, this woman, right, personally, I wouldn't let my kid go around this woman's house. She's a nasty fucking stereotype. She judges people. She is a piece of shit, right? Personally, women like her, I don't think they are needed, right? She's a bit of a stereotype. I think she's a bit up her own arse. Self-centered would be a great word to describe this woman. You can't hang around with them because they're a lower class. Walk around with our noses up in the air. Just because somebody is a lower class than you doesn't mean absolute fuck all. My granddad, right, when he married my nan, she was a far lower class than what my granddad was. Right, and now my fucking nan and granddad are fairly wealthy people. Right, my nan, right, just because my nan was a flipping from a lower class family than my granddad didn't mean absolute fuck all. My granddad's mother, which would be my great gran, was saying to my granddad to flipping ditch my gran because she's in a lower family, she lives in a council house, etc. What's it got to mean anything? My gran is by far the fucking model housewife, the model wife, the best wife I've ever seen. In fact, I would love to have a woman like my nan. Alright, my nan is the model fucking missus. Alright, she looks after my granddad. She makes sure he's topped up on tea all the time. She's basically his fucking waiter. Alright, she is a fucking nice woman. Alright, just because she was from a lower family doesn't mean absolute fuck all. Alright, and just because somebody is from a lower family, how do you know those parents don't push their kid because they want their kid to have more than what they had? A better chance than what they had. Just because somebody is from a lower family just because somebody has a certain name, absolute means fuck all. You know what? Holly, whatever the fuck your last name is, personally, I don't think, I think you need to go death penalty. I don't like people like you. You're just as bad as fucking Adolf Hitler. Right? You just section people off and fucking reject them for no reason. Right? All because you don't like the fact they're a lower class than you, or they have a certain name. You're a fucking stereotype, and you're a fucking disgusting woman. Oh well, this is all I have to say on this subject. I hope you all enjoyed. Thank you very much.